Alrighty, now that we kind of went over the different types of identity theft, I kind of want to get into how to protect yourself from them and what you can kind of do in that regard. So, make sure you always check with your financial institution or check the financial institution's app, regularly check your accounts to make sure all your transactions that are happening during that time are actually your transactions and not someone who got your card information online somewhere and is buying all what they want on Amazon and such. So just make sure you're regularly checking your statements with your bank and such. And then the next one is just monitoring credit reports, checks and things like that, something like Credit Karma and things like that, making sure no new accounts are being opened up under your name, whether it be new credit cards or make sure it's not a new loan for like a vehicle or place, things like that. Make sure your Equifax and your TransUnion and all that all looks, good. Another one you can use is annualcreditreport.com. They also have a free check as well. And then, make sure you're checking your mail if you're receiving unsuspected bills or collection notices and things like that. A lot of those can be scams as well. If you're unaware of a delinquent account, like most people are usually aware of if they're behind on a bill or something like that. And then if they are expecting those, that's different. But if you're not expecting this and you get this unsolicited collection notice out of nowhere, you can pretty much confirm that it's a scam. And if it's for a company or bank that you actually go with, then, at that point you'll have to contact them or go to their website and log in and, just to make sure. But, a lot of these places will, fake that you owe money to somewhere and you don't. So just, do your due diligence and call them up the company or check online to make sure that, you're not actually behind on anything and so on and so forth. And then obviously, we always talk about this, but pay attention to unusual calls or emails, things like that. We've talked about a million times before, if you're getting random calls saying you owe money to something or they're asking you for your social over the phone to verify your bank account stuff, like I was saying in the previous video, but if a bank and things like that are going to ask for, your full social or for the social for your bank account, they're usually going to ask for the last four to verify, last four of your social, last four of your bank account number, which is fine because you're not giving away your entire number. You're not giving away your entire social number, because the bank should already have that. It just should be for verification purposes. If someone ever calls you and says, oh, they're this bank, the bank you're with or whatever, and yeah, we lost this information, we need it again, that's BS. It's all electronic. So, if they actually lost something like that, they would send out an email or like some sort of notice that way through the mail. And honestly, you could just go to the bank at that point when you have time to verify it, rather than hurry up and giving them information. They want to prey on your action to hurry up and do something, and that's how they really get a hold of your stuff. So just be wary of unaware calls and emails and things like that. Obviously, protect your social number. Make sure you're not giving it out to just anybody or the full number anyways. If it's for verification purposes and things like that with, it could be with your phone company that you're with, your bank or whatever. They usually confirm, like I said, your date of birth, the last four, your account number, the last four, your social. Most places won't ask for your full social unless you're opening a whole new account, like a credit card or something like that. So just remember that most places only ask for the last four for verification purposes, not because they forgot it or they need the whole number for some reason. In that regard. So we talked about it in previous chapter, but using strong passwords, especially for your, banking and stuff like that, whether it be PayPal, Cash App, or even just your financial institutions app as well. Strong passwords are very important. Make sure it's not kind of a repeated one you use for all your other stuff. I know in this day and age, it's hard to keep track of every different password, but at least do one thing: is your password for your financial stuff, anything important like that, should be completely different than at least, your Netflix, Disney, all your streaming service ones. If you want to have the same password for that, whatever. If they get into that, you can just cancel it, delete the account, whatever. It's easy, but it's not that easy if they get into your bank account or PayPal or something like that. So having a different password from all those other social medias and all those ones will definitely be beneficial if you don't already have a different password for those already and use the same one for everywhere, I would highly encourage you to at least change it to something different for your banking purposes. So enable two-factor verification, obviously, if it's available. I don't think my bank has that, but they'll have like Face ID, Touch ID, stuff like that, fingerprint scanning options, and those are always good methods as well. So obviously, if someone reaches out to you on like social media, that you barely know, or maybe it's a friend, you got to be weary, because it is very easily to get fake accounts or fake scam accounts, stuff like that on Facebook, of a friend to just message you and be like, hey, I'm in a bind, can you send me some money? Or, hey, can you open this or whatever, and ask for, like, if it's somebody you occasionally talk to or sometimes you never talk to, and they're asking for, like different money, or they're asking for your social or your bank account number for certain reasons or whatever, I mean, that's already a red flag. I would just either ignore it, or I would go to the actual person's Facebook page and message them and be like, hey, did you message me this, and screenshot it, and just verify that it's actually them that's actually talking it. 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be like, oh nope, never seen that, and they'll have to change their password and log themselves out. So be weary about that stuff as well. So, and then finally, just make sure you stay up to date with the latest scams. With AI now, a lot of that technology that they use to obtain this stuff is changing every day. And what worries me the most is how easy it is to copy someone's voice and use it against you. So, just try to keep up to date. Maybe follow different social medias and things like that, accounts. Obviously, follow this account on Twitter and things like that, or X, whatever it's called now. It's hard to, but just kind of keep up. Find a way to keep up with the latest knowledge just when you occasionally see these different stories, because trust me, it will help when you just, even if it's in your daily routine, you happen to just come across one story of a certain scam. It just keeps a refresher in your mind. It will help a lot. So that's pretty much it for different ways to kind of help protect yourself from identity theft scams. Thank you guys so much for joining in this class, and we'll pretty much see you in another video.